First of all, I'd like to thank the organizers for their hard effort and hard work to organize this conference. From the time that was only an idea about 14 months ago in Macedonia till now, that all of you are there in Cairo. I miss you all. I would have loved to be there. I'm so sorry that I couldn't make it because of illness. I'm going to be brief. The title, the theme of the conference is so broad. For a just society, for an egalitarian society, for a peaceful society with no violence, you need a much more broader strategy and program. But to stay in the framework of the panel, I'm going to concentrate very briefly on a few topics. The main would be religion. Well, I know I might sound very critical to some of you there, but this, to my view, all religions are misogynist and patriarchal. All religions regard women as subject or slaves of men, and their main or sole purpose is to provide services for men and to rear their children. This is how originally all religions regard women. Whether now we see some of the religions have sort of changed and are not as brutal and as vulgar as the beginning, well, that's another matter. But this is, according to the book, this is how religion regards women. Another very important issue is that according to all the religions, women are source of evil. Men have to safeguard themselves from evil. For men to be able to go to heaven, to stay pious and faithful to their faith and God, something has to happen to women. You have to do something to women. And being pious, stay away from the society, be in the background, that is shared by all religions. But Islam has taken it much further by imposing a total veil on women, by prescribing obligatory veil on women, and also by introducing a system for the society which segregates men and women totally, which I call gender apartheid. These are the roots of women's situation and the values concerning the women's role and women's rights in society. Religion is part and parcel of the ideology dominating our society today, whether it be in Europe or in the Middle East. As in Europe now, religion does not interfere in the life of citizens as it does in other places. Some degrees of secularization exist in the European societies. The religion, the main religion, which is Christianity in Western Europe, I mean, because so-called Eastern Europe has returned to the real root of oppressive religion and very misogynist religion like Catholicism or Orthodox Church and so on and so forth. But in the Western Europe, that main religion has been reformed, has adjusted itself to the new situation over the past century. So, in order to create a society where women's rights, equal rights, are recognized, where the society is more egalitarian and recognizes gender equality, women's freedom, and is less discriminatory and less violent, we need to deal one way or the other with religion. one of the minimum sort of conditions that we set, or we should set, for a society where women enjoy equal rights, women enjoy more freedom and suffer less discrimination and less violence, would be a secular society. A secular society meaning that religion is separated from the state, religion is separated from education, religion is separated from legislation. Religion is a private matter, an individual matter, and not a societal or state matter. State is neutral concerning religions. This is a necessary condition for women to enjoy more rights, less discrimination and violence. Religions, all religions to my opinion, promote violence. How? All of them encourage their believers to expand their religion, conquer the non-believers or believers of other religion. And that means nothing but war, but violence, but rape. More human beings throughout the history of mankind have died under the name of God and religion. Therefore, we need, first and foremost, a secular society where religion is a private and individual matter separated from the state and legislation and citizens' identity. A society where all inhabitants, regardless of their gender, their race, their ethnicity, their beliefs, their religion, they're equal. A society that respects unconditional freedom of speech, criticism, and belief. These are the bases. Of course, this is not enough. Of course, this is not sufficient. But these are the necessary conditions that I emphasize here in my speech today. The last point I'd like to make, which is also part of the theme of the panel, I'd like to make some points about cultural relativism. Cultural relativism, as an offshoot of postmodernist philosophy, blossomed in the 90s after the collapse of the Soviet Union, the New World Order, and a rise of nationalism and religious movement. Academia, media, and political institutions encouraged this concept. It was very difficult for us, women's rights activists, to fight for women's equality and try to bring the citizens of Europe, for example, on our side when it came to defending equality of gender equality in Iran, for example, or in the Middle East. They would say, that's their culture. I've said that and I say it again I've said that over and over and I say it again today. Cultural relativism is very reactionary and is racism. Racism because it recognizes two sets of laws, legislation, values, and traditions for inhabitants or citizens of a society or a whole world. Me, because I've been by luck been born in Iran, should enjoy less rights be more discriminated against, have less freedom than a woman who is born in Sweden, Denmark, or France, or England. This is racist. This is not progressive, despite that false, fancy facade that's been given to it. I wish you all a great conference. Once more, I wish I were there with you. We have a long battle ahead of us to create a world free of discrimination, underprivilegedness, violence, hunger, poverty. A better world that provides freedom, equality, and prosperity for all its